What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about two different stocks today. I think the second one's a stock. It's a trust. I don't know. We're going to be talking about Bit Mining Limited BTCM at the request of Fonzie himself, and then moving on from there, we'll be finishing up the video with the Litecoin Grayscale Trust, which, again, I don't know if that's a stock or if that's just considered a trust, if there's a difference or not. But hey, we're going to be doing that BTCM and LTCN. Buckle up, get ready, here we go. If you like the video, hit that like button, guys. Hitting that like button is really appreciated. If you'd like to subscribe too, see more content from me, that's always appreciated as well. I really do like this shape on the BTCM. Somebody, I don't know what just happened. Anyways, I like this ascending triangle shape, right? Very nice pattern here, strong look on your weekly RSI. You might go back down to the support line here and then continue to kind of coil up before you break out, but you're getting close, man. This pattern, if it is, let's see if I can draw it a little bit more precisely here. Let's use this weekly high close, and then trend line here, maybe something like that. It could be, maybe it's something like this, like who knows. With this look, you'd have more pattern to go for sure. You could coil up a lot more, but 3 touches. The next time you come up here, it might be the time that you break it. And when you do break it, if this was the way to draw it, or if this was the way to draw it, depending on how you go, this would be the more conservative approach. You would take the lowest point here to like that point there, and then let's see. That would be a breakout, a measure move of about 110 or 111% all the way up to 883. Here you are sitting at 380 right now. And if this was the triangle to move or to measure, that would only get bigger. But you don't have the touch points here. I don't feel like measuring from the original touch point is. I mean, I guess it would count if you were to have like the most bullish kind of look on this thing. Maybe you could see a lot more than that, right? Up to $12. But that's the kind of measure move. I'm getting lost in the translation there. Really, what I want to look at is the fibs. I really want to look at the fibs. So let's look at the monthly here. Let's see, top to bottom, all the way up to the 236, holding resistance there a few times, holding the 6.9 as support. I bet you do, man. $12, $11.50, $12 just became a lot more likely. That it might be that more bullish looking, or I should say the bigger from top to bottom looking ascending triangle, which would also imply that we're going to break out sooner. But again, you could go down from here. It wouldn't be crazy if you went down from here. You just came off your overbought zone from the RSI, but the week is young. You still have 4 days left in the week, right? The stock week. You're down 7%. Last week you were up 25.85%. The week before that, 10.54%. So could you, with the rest of this week, end up being green and not rejecting off your overbought zone? I think you can. I think that you'll look like you're breaking out of this ascending triangle if you close above 422. That would be my honest estimation. And maybe what you'll do is you'll have an initial pop and then come back and test it for support. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have a pop here, test this kind of area for support somewhere in here, and then continue to run. But I do think this 382 is likely and probably higher than that. Will you see new all-time highs by the end of this cycle? I don't know. I really don't know about that. That's 100x from here. It's possible, but this chart throughout its whole existence, I don't know whenever it became Bit Mining Limited, but I mean, I guess for some reason I thought this was back in the 1900s, so it's not. So it could have been Bit Mining its whole. Some of these crypto mining stocks, man, they have the stock go beyond when Bitcoin was even in existence. So just not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, with stocks that go down their whole lives, I don't generally expect that they're going to see new macro highs, right? Though I suppose it is possible. I suppose it is, but I don't know. Let's first look at that $12 area, that $11.50 to $12 area. Then from there we can talk about $42 to $63. I do think that you will see this zone in the cycle. And if you were to break out to new all-time highs, man, you could see some crazy growth. $1,500. What's the market cap right now? Market cap 45 million. Yeah, you could see that kind of growth, man. That's insane. 45 million. I don't know if I'm not actually calling for this, but let's see. That would be a would that be a 3,000? No, hold on. 100x would be here. Would it be? Right? Because let me just see here. Hold on. Because that would be 100x. So that would be a 300x. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Maybe a 400x. 400x from 45. What would that be? The 1.8 billion, I think. Right? 10x would be, or no, that'd be 18 billion. It would be 18 billion. Yeah, something like that. From $45 million market cap, because of 10x would be 450, 100x would be 4.5. Then you do 4.5 times 4. I don't know why I thought that, man. 4.5 times 4 would be 18 billion. Did I say 18 billion? I don't remember what I said, but it would be 18 billion. Anyways, guys, before I continue to fumble on my words here, I think that this thing is looking good. I think it wants to go up. I don't know if it goes up that high. But let's look at the more immediate stuff on the daily time frame here. A little bit of bearish divergence, rejection off the overbought zone. That does kind of lead me to believe that this week might close red, and that's okay. You can close red, you can fill this gap, whatever. Come down, find support down here, give people an opportunity to buy. That might be the play to make. Looking at this daily, that's kind of my assumption right now. Yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned with that. You are in a very nice posturing, and I would expect that you break to the upside. But all in all, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I got for you. You do have hidden bullish divergence, to be fair. Lower lows on the RSI while higher lows on the price. But if you close below here, I suppose there's one last line of hope, and that would be closing below this daily low here. If you can hold above that, then sure, you might go up from here. This might be a little consolidation before continuing higher, but if not, it looks like you're finding resistance at a previous area of resistance. It looks like you have not bearish divergence, but a rejection off the overbought zone, which the last time you did that, it sent you down where? To the bottom of this like ascending trend line that you have. So going down there isn't the end of it. It's not a bad thing. You're at 380 now. Maybe you go back down to around $3.10, and then move up from there. But that's all I got for BTCM in the immediate term time frame and the long term time frame. Let's move on to LTCN. LTCN right now, Grayscale Trust for Mr. Marcus. Looking at this here on its whole existence, its entirety. I forget what my last video was. You said that I was right. I'm right sometimes, guys. I'm wrong sometimes. You know, it's not about being right and wrong. It's about knowing how to be right and knowing how to be wrong. And what I mean by that is, like, if you know how to be right, that means you know how to take profits, right? You might not catch the absolute top, but you'll at least make something. You'll stick to the original plan, which is that you're putting your money in to take money out and make profits and enrich your life, right? And maybe those around you as well. If you know how to lose, you know how to be wrong. That means that whenever you are proven wrong, that instead of letting your position go to zero and getting liquidated or losing half your money, you know to sell and look for a better entry, something like that. Or maybe also in knowing how to be wrong could be like you put 10% in here just in case you are wrong, it goes lower, then you put in more money, stuff like that. But I test. The main point is right now you're above your 236, very bullish look, very, very nice look for sure. Overall, you know, on this grand macro scale, I'm sorry guys, my nose keeps itching. It's like just super itchy. But looking at this top to bottom, I would think that you go up to this 382, previous area of support down here. And if you were, and I would expect that you do actually break above your 382 a little bit, at that point you would break into this kind of like price zone here. And generally whenever you're coming up into a price zone or you're coming down into a price zone, you will find resistance or support. Like if you were to come down, you'd find support at the bottom. If you're going to come up, you're going to find resistance at the top. So I would think that seeing this continue all the way up, LTCN, continue all the way up to here, previous area of support back here as well, previous area of resistance, around $26 to $27. That could happen, man. That could happen by the end of the year. It might not happen by the end of the year. It might more happen before April, before the halving. But this, you guys, this is a really nice bottom here. Very like long accumulation phase, and it's rounding up. You're getting these higher highs. It's got all the markings, all the makings for a parabolic move. And I don't use that word lightly, man. Like this is on a weekly. Like this is getting in shape for a very strong move. You came down fast. I think you're going to go up faster. I really do, and stronger. It's not just going to take you up to here where you started this descent. It's going to take you to new all-time highs. And I think LTCN, by the end of this cycle, will be worth more than $2,300. Potentially all the way up here, but I think I did the math, and that is actually a possibility for LTCN. But $2,300 could happen, or higher for this thing. In fact, I would believe higher, because I think Litecoin itself will see prices that are higher than this. Litecoin itself has never been above 420, and this thing's already seen 510. So you tell me. I think that it can definitely go above the 1272. And it's going to happen faster than you think it does. It's going to seem like it's moving fast now, but wait till the end of the cycle. And maybe it happens like this, and you have a kind of crash or something, right? Something like that. Like that, literally a move like this would be right to the halving, and then maybe at the halving you crash, and then you kind of have like a normal, not as parabolic of a look going through the rest of the cycle. But I do think that this thing is destined for greatness this cycle for sure. All that to say, volume's looking nice on the weekly. RSI is looking strong, very, very strong. To be fair, you are at the, coming down from the second highest peak that you've had in this RSI's history. To see a little bit of a pullback here wouldn't be crazy, though I kind of would think that you make another jab higher first. But if you were, you could come back all the way down. You're at $9.18. You could come all the way back down to $6, and you're still holding this parabolic structure. So definitely some expected volatility with this thing. If you were to sell here or get out here, even if it does go up a little bit more, I think being at the second highest peak in your RSI does stand to give a little bit of reason. A lot of volume right there too on this like high week here. Yeah. Hold on now. Yeah. Daily RSI has, come on now, bearish divergence, right? Come on. Lower highs, high, lower high, lower high. That's actually double bearish divergence. Volume dying off as you tried to break out. That was on a Friday, though. You opened up. You're still holding this. You are still holding this. So I would say as long as you're not closing below here on a daily, or probably really even like closing below here on a daily, as long as you're not doing that, you can wick below it. You can wick to it, but don't close below like this zone here. And then you'll probably make another run higher is what I would think. You do still have this kind of formation in your RSI where you've got these higher lows coming in, right? Like that. You could even stand to come down a little bit if you wanted to, right? And on the price you could come down a little bit too. Scare some people, and then you make another move up. You provide another drive of bearish divergence. That would be triple bearish divergence, and at that point you really wouldn't want to mess around with it. All that kind of ties into the idea that you do make a stab higher. Here you are at $9.18. Maybe by the end of the year you see prices above $11, but just barely. Maybe you go all the way up to $12. The 2272 on smaller retracements like this isn't anything to be discounted. Maybe you do go to $12 to $13, but I would at least think that you would go above $11. And here you are sitting at $9.18 right now. Maybe you go down tomorrow a little bit more, and then maybe you close green tomorrow, or at some point this week I would expect that you start turning up again. You might even break out, if not next week or the week after. But within this month, I do think that you'll be moving higher. I don't really expect that you break below this, but if you do, then everything I'm saying about the bullish side goes out the window. You're not making a move higher. You're probably going back to around $6 to $7, somewhere in that range. So that's all I got, guys. That's all I got for you. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. If you have any requests, feel free to leave them in the comments or in the Discord, and I will see you on the next one. So have a good day, good night, wherever you are, and drink some water. You know you need to. Bye-bye.